when you use certain mediums to sort of engage people and communicate, you can express certain things that you can't in other mediums.
Yeah.
A lot of times in ads, in order for an ad to perform, you need to emphasize certain things. You need to capture someone's attention, trigger an emotion, right?
But we have all the videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Videos, I find they're one of the best ways to communicate, like the benefits of your product. Customers can feel like they are holding your product
Exactly.
physically. It's the closest experience to that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Hey, Adria and Justice, I'm so excited to be sitting with you here today. So I am Farida Bayumi, and I'm sitting with the rising stars of Ecoslay. So Adria and Justice, do you want to give a little bit of an introduction to yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Adria Marshall, CEO and founder of Ecoslay. Ecoslay is a plant-based, handmade-to-order, locally sourced hair brand for wavy, kinky, coily, and curly hair.
Very cool. Justice, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm actually the advertising manager for Ecoslay. So I've been working with them for about 3 to 4 years now and helping them scale on Amazon.
Very cool. So
He is the brains behind the operation.
oh,
For
I
sure.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet. We're going to get into Amazon ads and all of your Amazon strategies. So first, I want to touch a little bit on Ecoslay. You did mention a little brief, but I want to know more about your start. How did you, come about selling on Amazon? Did
Yeah.
you start on Amazon, or how was the start of the business?
Yeah, so like totally by accident, I wasn't setting out to actually start a business at all. I really just want to figure out what to do with my own hair. That was what it was all about. So like I would say even like 20 years ago when I was in college and dating myself. And that's when I discovered that my hair was curly because my parents had thrown relaxers and stuff in it to that point. And so that's when I am an engineer by trade. So that's where my journey kind of started, was just figuring out what to do with my own hair. And so I'm trying all these products that are clearly not for my hair type, clearly not working. And then I'm spending a ton of money that I don't have. So I learned to turn around the jar to see what's inside of them. And that's when I'm like, well, not only do you not work, but what is this crap? Because I'm a gardener. My mom was a gardener. Both my grandfathers were gardeners. So we have that passion for sustainability and really great ingredients. So I was just taken aback. But then it was a bright spot when I found that products that contain things like aloe vera and horsetail and marshmallow root, things that I could grow, actually worked better than all the synthetic crap. So that's when I began going to my farmer's market, picking up stuff, mixing things in my kitchen for my own hair. And long story short, I messed around and created a product that ended up going viral. And that's how Ecoslay was born. So it kind of drugged me along the entrepreneurial journey. I didn't really have a chance to say no. So it's been a great journey. And so we actually went viral in 2018, 2019. And I think started selling on Amazon maybe a few years afterwards. And it's been incredible.
That's amazing. Justice, I have a question for you, a
Mhm.
little bit Amazon related. So what was your this is working moment with Amazon ads? Because we have a lot of small businesses that are just getting started watching this podcast. So how did you start with Amazon ads, and when did you figure out, okay, this is working for us and we know what we're doing?
I think it happened maybe a couple months after you started to putting the products out on Amazon.
Hmm.
We had some inventory issues, so a lot of our customers would buy the products really, really fast. We did really, really good with brand terms. But as soon as we kind of solved those issues and we started to scale with prospecting, so a lot of terms that are like new to brand terms, that's when I started to notice like, oh, this is working. We're starting to get people that don't know us or who are kind of discovering us for the first time. And a lot of that was through the help of Amazon ads.
That's great. So it wasn't just customers that knew about your brand. It was customers that were genuinely searching for that product and then saw your listings and resonated with your brand.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
I remember we've had a lot of conversations about like, hey, are you sure this is working? Are you sure this is working?
Yeah.
And I remember showing her like the search term report. I'm like, see, look, curly hair conditioner,
Yeah.
wavy hair shampoo.
Yeah.
And like those are the words that we're converting. And so that's how we were able to kind of have the confidence to say like, okay, this is actually working. Let's put more money into this and let's start to scale it.
That's
It's been
great.
such a journey. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Justice, we may talk, oh my God, a few times a week. And just going through the data, he's super data driven. And so he can read it so well and has educated me so much on things to look for, how you know all the spreadsheets, all the formulas, so how you can tell what is working and what's not so that we can make the most revenue, that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, one thing people might find helpful is that not every brand is on the same level when they come to Amazon.
Yeah.
Some brands are already sort of established. Their brand name already has a lot of equity. Just going on Amazon, you're going to see like a nice bump just from people who already kind of know you. There could be a challenge where it's like, hey, why do we need to do ads if people already know us or are going to buy our product? But that's where the prospecting really, really came in. Whereas now we can show that these are new people beyond the natural base that already kind of knows you. And so now it's worth spending more money on here because now we're reaching a whole new audience that Amazon is presenting to us.
Honestly, that's the beauty of Amazon. Like, even with my own business, that's the main reason why we started selling on Amazon, was to reach an audience beyond ourselves. There are people that don't even know about us. Although we have the branding and we have the packaging, it's just them searching for our product. And then we hope that they see our branding and our creatives and relate to our brand. And so they
Exactly.
choose us.
And one thing too is that in my experience, I've learned that people are going to shop where they like to shop. So if someone wants to buy offline on Amazon, they're going to buy offline. But sometimes if people are used to buying on Amazon, they're only going to shop on Amazon. It's going to be very rare that they'll buy from an ad off platform or in a different location or another channel. If they're already, hey, I buy my toothpaste from Amazon, I buy my brushes,
Add to
my
cart.
dog food.
Might as well, add your product.
Yeah, I get everything from Amazon. Why am I going to buy from an ad on a different platform or different channel? It doesn't make sense. So that was another conversation that we had to have, was like, hey, these people who are buying in this manner, they like buying in this manner. This is a whole ecosystem. This is a whole audience that we can't get with advertising from other channels.
For sure.
These people buy on Amazon and they like it. So we're either here to support them and fulfill that for them, or we're not. So once we kind of understood that perspective, it really allowed us to really take it more seriously and scale in that direction.
Yeah, and what are some tactics that you used to represent your brand on Amazon the same way that you represent it offline, so that customers can relate and they can recognize you?
When we were reading the reviews and saying, okay, so they're talking about like this is such a hard or firm hold gel, and like my customers on my site, they already know that. On social media, they already know that, but on Amazon, they don't know that. So really having to dive into that education piece and really explaining what the product is, who we are, things that you kind of take for granted when they're in your family, right, on your site.
Yeah.
But it's like a different customer on Amazon, so really tailoring the product descriptions, the title, the A+ content to that customer, don't you think?
No, I do agree with that. And to build on what she's saying, like the brand store.
Yeah.
So she put a lot of work into our brand store, trying to make it reflect a lot of what's on our website as well.
Right.
To kind of get that messaging across. And people on Amazon are used to shopping a certain way.
Yes.
People go to Amazon as a way to like validate products, as a way to like really say like, hey, is this real? Is this a good product? Is this a bad product? Let me read the reviews first on it.
Yes.
So they shop a little differently. They'll do a little bit more research into saying, okay, I watched this video, then I saw that video, and then I did this. But on Amazon, they're kind of expecting everything to be there on your product page.
Yes.
As we kind of got more experience by seeing different reviews come in, start to optimize more and more. Oh, let's add this to the product page. Let's add that to the product page. We need to have a video. It's like, oh, don't you think they already know this? Like, no, let's not assume that they know this already. Let's put the video on there.
Yeah.
So
Videos are so important now.
So important. Now we have all the videos. Now we're thinking like, do we have too many videos, or are they the right videos? But we have all the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so-
videos, I find they're one of the best ways to communicate like the benefits of your product. Customers can feel like they are holding your product
Exactly.
physically. It's the closest experience to that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What are some of the most surprising customer insights that you've gained through advertising on Amazon? Have you found certain like keywords that you would have never expected customers would search to buy your product?
yes, I would say there's a lot of different ways to kind of skin the cat when you're looking for curly hair care products.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people say like, oh, type 2 hair and things like that. It's a very like scientific way of going about
Oh.
it. You can say wavy hair
Yeah.
or you can say type 2 hair,
Interesting.
right? So it's understanding that dynamic
Yeah.
has been interesting. Sometimes people will search for like the result that they're looking for.
Yeah.
I want a firm hold gel.
Or frizz-free hair.
I want a strong hold gel.
Right.
I want a
right.
hard hold gel.
And to me, that's like the same thing, right?
There are to her it's the same thing,
Yeah.
but there's different ways, different vernacular of kind of searching for the same products. That has been interesting.
And then when you find keywords like that, do you start to like incorporate them in your titles and in your descriptions, or do you mainly just use them for ads, for targeting for ads?
No, it definitely guides us a lot. Usually we'll kind of see, okay, what keywords are converting the most
Mm-hmm.
and use those.
Yeah.
Right? So not all keywords are going to be created equal. Some of them are going to have a little bit more volume. Some of them are going to sell better. So based on our understanding of the demographic and what keywords they're primarily using at the time, we'll kind of incorporate those and kind of lean in that direction as much as possible.
We're talking about keywords right now, about different types of products, or maybe what customers are searching to try to find your product. So in terms of these different keywords that you didn't think customers were searching, how have they shaped your product development? So have they inspired maybe new products for you to launch?
Absolutely. Like really when I was developing the phone, so we created a foam or a mousse recently, and definitely seeing what customers were searching for, what they were looking for, played a big part.
Yeah.
And also the ingredients that they wanted to have in the foam played a really big part in the product development of that product.
That's awesome. And actually, I'd like to get into a little bit about launching a new product
Yeah.
because I think that's a huge, I would say, area of questions when it comes to new small businesses is launching new products. What is the best strategy, or what is the strategy that has worked for you the most when you launch new products on Amazon?
I'll give a little bit more of the holistic side of it. As a more like established brand, like we can definitely lean on that a little bit more
Yeah.
by sort of priming our audience and letting them know that, hey, we have a new product coming. You guys should try it out. Cool thing about that is like they like and trust us, so we can kind of get some reviews early on the product, which can kind of like elevate the trust with new customers.
Yeah.
What I'll do is kind of understand the product, understand how some of the keywords that people would type in or associate with the product, and then we'll try to create our ads in a way where we can convey what the product does in a way that really resonates with people and sort of is attention grabbing in a sense. Usually that's been a pretty good synergy whenever we're launching products. So we have our existing customers helping out with the review side of things. And then we have, an existing ad strategy that's getting people's attention and garnering the attention of like newer customers so that, we can kind of bring them in the fold as well.
That's awesome.
Another point too, I remember when we were launching Terrasol. The Terrasol is a product for locks, and we ran some tests and saw that maybe 1% of our customer base actually had locks. So I knew that it wasn't going to sell well on our site as it would on Amazon. So I think we kind of tailor our approach according to the product. And so for that product, I launched it on my site, then 3 days later it's up on Amazon. We're making plans to get it up on Amazon because we know that they're not going to find, lock customers are not going to go to our website looking for products with locks, but they're going to be on Amazon looking for products for locks.
Yeah, so that's a really good point too. Like, I guess the marketing term would be like product market fit.
Yes.
Right. So with Amazon and some of the tools that are available, you can check out what the search term volume's looking like.
Exactly.
So in business terms, you can see the demand for certain products before you actually launch them. So when she's talking about the lock side of things, we had a conversation where she's letting me know like, hey, this market is underrepresented. There's not as many competitors in this market, and there's this much sort of demand for this product. We'd like to make a product like this. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. I see this many people are searching. There is no competitors. We should get in this market. It'll make sense, right? The numbers are adding up. So that was some sort of the research that kind of goes into whether or not we want to even launch a product.
Yeah.
We've also been in person where people have come up to us and they're like, oh, do you have a mousse?
Right. Yeah.
Like we're at a conference. Do you have a mousse? And she's like, oh, I'm thinking about making one. Right. And then now we have one.
Yeah.
So definitely understanding the data, cross-referencing that with market research from real customers, and then going about launching the product is kind of what we're doing.
And honestly, yeah, the Amazon insights are so valuable. Like this, even for my own brand, we would do the same thing. We would see what people are searching, what styles of sunglasses they're searching, and we would try to launch styles to match
what they're searching for.
That specific shape or color. Maybe it's a new trending color that we don't have yet. So we would launch a color in that area. And there's always a gap. Even if the product seems to be saturated, there's always a gap. Maybe there's like different price points that are too expensive and then too low cost and maybe not high quality. So then you can come in and be right in the middle and offer a really good product.
Yeah.
So the insights for Amazon really
super
valuable. Going into more like your growth story and your plans for the future. First of all, which Amazon ad features have been like game changers for you? So of course, sponsored products is amazing, but what about using other Amazon ads features like sponsored brands? Have you tried any of those?
Yeah, I would say sponsored brands has definitely been a game changer for us a lot. And this is one of those things where you actually have to almost kind of go through the experience as a real customer, right? You can type in your product or type in a product, go to the product page, and you'll see the traditional listings in the sponsored product way. And you'll start to see, okay, there's a lot of brands. Like if you're a new customer searching, you're seeing this brand, this brand, this brand. Like how do you pick? You're just going to like browse everybody. So you start to really think about like a customer. And when sponsored brands came along, now there's like this video text in the middle of all these different product listings. Usually if it's a video of someone trying the product, maybe it's a person who kind of resembles what you look like or your demographic or your pain point or problem, getting the result that you want. It's like, oh, even though this brand may be a little bit more expensive, or let me try this brand because at least I have
You resonate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
I have
resonating
more of a
with them.
connection with them because I can
Yeah.
kind of see it working. I have more context. Whereas before, I'm just seeing a listing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was one of the ways that we were able to really lean into it
I think it's so
and
important
grow.
to know who your customer is,
Yes.
know what your customer is interested in, what they look like, their age. Because when you have someone that looks exactly like the customer demographic that you are targeting in
Yeah.
your ads, it's an instant winner because your customers are able to see themselves using your product.
Yeah, and they're in a headspace where they're looking for it. They
Exactly.
just
Yes.
typed in what they want, and now they're scrolling through a bunch of listings that all look similar, and then they see a video.
They see, oh, this is
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, exactly. So that one's gonna
Yeah.
do a better job of winning that click.
Now what's so interesting too, it's kind of changed my viewpoint of how I shop on Amazon.
Mm.
So when I'm on Amazon looking for toothpaste, whatever, I'll notice now, like, oh, they use a sponsored post. Oh, the sponsor, I see what they're doing and what catches my attention and what doesn't.
Yes.
And I love thinking about how they're thinking about it and thinking, should we change our strategy? So it just puts a new like point of view on everything.
Yeah, and to add to what she's saying too, Amazon's always come up with new campaign types. One of them that's new is like sponsored TV. And
that's
traditionally, as an advertiser who's more performance based, I wouldn't really lean into that because it's very difficult to track sales. Imagine you're watching TV.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, and then like an ad comes up. How are you going to buy anything, right? But now the technology is getting more sophisticated where it can kind of link that customer journey through. But now it's like you can't buy our product if you've never heard of us.
That's
Right.
Like that has to come from
brand
somewhere.
awareness.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's something we're going to lean more into in the future is saying, hey, let's get the word out more
Yeah.
in order to drive some more of those clicks and more of those searches.
Yeah, that actually brings me into my next question. I was going to ask how you're planning on expanding. What's your growth strategy moving forward for sponsored display, then sponsored display ads, right? That's where you're planning on going with that.
Yeah, definitely. That would be a brand awareness thing. And then we'll probably have some conversations about whether we want to go international
Yeah.
Cool.
as well.
Yeah.
And that can be another low-hanging fruit that we can take advantage of.
It's very cool.
And we were just talking about that earlier today, actually, because we do wholesale and internationally now on our website.
Mhm.
So making that leap on Amazon would be really interesting, really exciting, I think.
Yeah,
so-
unlocking new marketplaces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and what she's saying too is like we already have wholesalers
Yes,
international,
we have proven it out already, right?
but we're not on Amazon international.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there is some sort of data to kind of support,
Yep.
insights to support, hey, this may be, a good idea to
And the
lean
new
into.
AI tools that they just launched today, that
You're right.
really helps.
You're right. It does. Really
Yeah.
help. And so what you heard from Justice is like he preaches all the time. Test it out. Test it out. Test it out.
I do appreciate
And so
that.
you do. And so theoretically, we've already tested out the concept. We know that international works, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a good thing for us to lean into.
How has the Rising Stars campaign helped elevate your advertising strategy? Because I'm sure that brought in a lot of traffic and impressions to your brand. And, now a lot of
Yeah.
people or a lot more people know about Ecoslay. So how has that helped you?
It's been a little overwhelming for me. How's it
Really?
been for you? I mean, in a good way.
In a great way,
In
yes.
a good way,
Yes.
right? It's like people have been coming up to me, even here.
Yeah.
Friends and family text me, I saw your ad run. I mean, it's been an incredible experience
That's
as far as our brand awareness is concerned. Also, I mean, so many things. Also, the quality of content that was produced throughout this experience has been so top tier. I think we're using as some examples on what we should be doing as far as we want our content creators to be producing as well. So just all the insights that we've gained throughout the experience has been great. Just all the little things, people commenting on our packaging, insights on how the product is performing itself. The entire experience has been incredible.
When you use certain mediums
Mhm.
to sort of engage people and communicate, you can express certain things that you can't in other mediums.
Yeah.
So a lot of times in ads, in order for an ad to perform, you need to emphasize certain things. You need to capture someone's attention, trigger an emotion, right? And a lot of that is very like social media style content.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Rising Stars, you guys were able to create a sort of almost like a documentary style piece of content,
Yeah.
which conveyed different elements that we don't always get to talk about,
And
but
your
are
story, right?
really
It's
important.
all
Your
about the
story.
storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what was really leaned into, which I think I take for granted a little bit, but you guys really managed to capture it. And I think it was beautiful, and I think it's really resonating with our customers.
Yeah. I mean, you are the superpower behind your brand. You are the story, right? And that's why customers would purchase from you. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're in an age now where people really care about ingredients. They're more aware of what they're putting into their bodies and what they're putting on their bodies.
Yeah.
And we don't always get to highlight that in the ads as much.
Yeah.
People just care about the results. Is my
Yes.
hair look good? Until something happens and like now I want to care about what's inside the product.
Yes.
So that medium, with the way you guys were able to explain everything, really highlighted those aspects. Oh, they're on a real farm. Like
Yeah.
I'm seeing them like get
It's
the
very
vegetables and
inspiring.
the fruit and
It's
everything.
very
So
inspiring. Yeah.
that was a really nice way to kind of get that point across and really emphasize, hey, we're different from a lot of competitors because this isn't, in the norm.
Yes.
This is really a really special product. So that
Well,
was really
Adria
cool
and
to see.
Justice, your story and your brand is very inspiring. So thank you so much for sitting with me today and chatting with this podcast. Thank you so much. And if our viewers want to know more about you and find you on social media, where can they do that?
They can find us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things at Ecoslay.
Awesome.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Thank you
This
for
was
having
great.
us.